Hello YouTube, Ordotsar here. Today is Thursday the 10th of August. Last week I forgot to do an episode. I'm sorry. But yes, this is was Ordotsar podcast. So, yeah, no, I thought why not just I could talk about Alien, Xenomorph, whatever you want to, that chapter, but like I think I can wait a few weeks because obviously and also this came I was bored, so I was looking through YouTube, and then I ended up looking through Twitter because I wanted to see if anyone had done a video talking about why Keiko should why The Grudge should be its own chapter. It didn't quite work out as well as I wanted it to, so here we are, chat. Well, it depends. So I saw some theories from like a few months ago, like, oh, Keiko was going to be an anniversary event, and then I decided to check out the tweet that was referenced, and I saw some insane comments. Well, I saw an insane comment that I thought, okay, wait, I've heard things about Dead by Daylight Twitter, so fuck it, let's talk about Dead by Daylight Twitter. Anyway, so this is... so we're gonna... So this was like from what, 3 months ago-ish? Yeah, from when the Dead by Daylight potential leak came through. So, what do we even start off with? So we'll go through each one of them. These three are... So this one, I think, is like a rational comment that was left very recently, and then these two are just salty survivors, so in case any of you were wondering what is going to be coming up, there is that. We've got... Well, we'll talk about these two when we get to these two. Anyway, so, get rid of healthy hook grabs, it makes camping too easily. Easy. So, one, I think this is a change that's already going to be made, but two, it's a very bad change. It's like, this is extremely unreasonable that behavior have actually listened to this. So, basically, one, it's like camping probably would be less likely to exist if you just left the game, of course, because, yeah. Well, if you weren't swarming hooks, so there is that. And two... And two, it's like, in order to win in the modern day state of League, I mean, not League, Dead by Daylight, you've got to camp. I know Survivor mains don't want to hear this. Okay, so the first one is completely unreasonable. High prestige levels until the end of the match. I both agree and disagree with this. I think that it's a weird suggestion, but compared to, I mean, you can all read it. It's fairly reasonable. And I think maybe, like, with anonymous mode, it should maybe be included as part of that. So it's like, yeah, you're a whatever that doesn't want to show their name. Yeah, it should also hide your prestige. Or it should be a separate saying for those that just want to hide their prestige. I think that, at the very least, is semi-reasonable. Both DS to 5 seconds, okay, that is insane. And have two uses just like... Wait, what's OTR? Oh, off the record. Oh, yeah, forgive me. So, on top of off the record being kind of already, I mean, pretty meta as it is, DS is perfectly fine as it is. In matter of fact, it's like, DS is actually pretty good. If I wasn't mostly just memeing whenever I play Survivor, trying to get bonus points by taking things like any means necessary, I probably would add DS to my build. So... 10 seconds for each survivor. And then that times 4, potentially 40 seconds. So 40 seconds of being stunned would actually be insane. That is an extremely bad change. Bring back self-healing with Circle of Healing. No. It's like Circle of Healing was meta for too long. And it's still pretty meta. It's just that, yeah, it's like... It's no longer OP Giga Broken or whatever. Make Kindred base kit. How about we reverse the fact that everything, how about we reverse what's already been made base kit, the upcoming Deliverance base, well, it's basically Deliverance, but yeah. And of course, Borrowed Time being made base kit. Improved daily rituals. I mean, I agree with that one. That final one is actually kind of reasonable. So, for the context of the next one is that, the context of this one is that a lot of recent posts will have a spam asking for a Pretty Little Liars, I think it's called, TV. If you know about the show, you know what I'm referring to. Chapter. So that's what this and this are. So I thought we'd rate the potential perks. I couldn't be bothered to read the entirety of the killer thing. So your Hex Sinister software. You're always being watched. While Sinister software is active, gain a token every 30 seconds spent in chase. After breaking a pallet or injuring a survivor by any means, a token is spent and the aura of the generator with the most progress will be revealed. Also showing the auras of all survivors within 12 meters of that generator cannot exceed 3 tokens. I'm so glad that survivors don't listen to... So from the point of view of a killer main, I think that if you're running a aura build, this could be interesting, but I don't think 12 meters is really that good, because it's like, yeah, no, that's not great. You'll do anything to inflict pain. The next perk is called You're Mine Now. After hooking 2 unique survivors, gain a token. Okay, so we've got to hook 2 survivors, by the way. While in chase, press the ability button to use 1 token to break a dropped pallet without having interacted with it. Your Mine Now cannot exceed 2 tokens per match. So one, there's 3 things worth notice. There's a few things worth noticing. So this perk is basically, if you played the anniversary event, you might, remember that, it's basically based upon that. And 2, it's kind of trying to also dissuade camping and tunneling. Well, tunneling and I guess camping to an extent. Which is fine. It's like, I think rewarding killers is fine. My only issue with this, which is why I initially said 3rd, is that the issue with tunneling, well, during the event, it didn't make much of a difference. Like, I played a decent amount of Killer and Survivor, and it's like, it didn't affect chases too much. Like, the couple of seconds saved did not influence games. And, like, the 1 or 2 games out of, like, thousands where it did are just, whatever. So it's like, I feel like this is something that should be maybe looked to be made base kit. But hey, it's like, at least someone noted, hey, that was actually, it was good that survivor killers could do that. Even though I think having to hook 2 unique survivors is pretty sus. You punish the guilty, you'll make sure they're all punished. Any survivor that heals another, or is healed while within the terror's, killer's, so if you heal someone, or you're healed while in the killer's terror radius, okay, that's not too bad, will suffer from the exposed status effect for 25 seconds. I actually think this... So, when I first saw this, I actually thought Your Mine Now was probably the best perk, but having actually slowly thought about this, I actually think Punish the Guilty would probably be the best perk, especially when you combine it with Distressing, and, you use killers like, if you use, like, say, Wesker, and you know where they are, that could be pretty good. This combines with some aura reading, and it's like, honestly, getting the Adept for the Punisher, or whatever the fuck they wanted to call it, would actually be pretty simple. It's alright, though. They're not OP, they're overall pretty bad. I think that we should be looking to make this kind of base kit. I agree with the token system, like, you've got, or, the idea that you've got to reach, what's it called, Bloodlust, before you activate it like it was during the event, but I think that's fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wait, was it Bloodlust? No, Bloodlust was for the exposed effect in it. My bad. Anyway, so the killer perks seem fine. Let's look at the survivor perks, which was based upon one of the main characters. To Intuition, you'll always put your friends first. After unhooking another survivor, Twin Tuition activates. Upon healing another survivor that has been hooked, press the ability to take away one of their hook stars states and apply it to yourself. Twin Tuition then activates. That's actually quite good. Honestly, it's like, I like it because it encourages teamwork, and obviously it's a good way of, shall we say, dissuade, encouraging the killer to go for other people without punishing the killer too much. Of course, if I'm playing someone that has the ability to insta-down Billy, Bubba, I don't know, Ghosty technically has exposed, I probably will take my chances still going for Thingy, but I like that change. It's like, this is also a very good, it's a good Swift perk, but it's not like Giga broken, because I can obviously just, whatever. I've also just thought, I probably should have done this at the very end, because, react to the cringe Twitter takes, then react to the Pretty Little Liars chapter idea. Anyway, friends share secrets, working together will uncover the truth. After stunning the killer by any means, all other survivors will see the killer's aura for 6 seconds and will gain a 7% boost to repairing and healing speeds for 10 seconds. Okay, so now we're starting to realize, okay, survivors are actually insane. Don't worry, we will be talking about the boon that's coming up. This is disgustingly... So, one of the issues with the game, which is why killers have to tunnel and camp, is because of repairing and, you know, all that being way too broken, way too OP, whatever you want to call it. So, something... Obviously, some survivors might be like, oh, but you gotta stun the killer, but it's like... This is also... Really? Seeing the killer's aura for 6 seconds? You should be lowering it so that it's like 1, 2, and then 3 seconds at most. And then you should remove the 7% bonus, or at the very least severely nerf it. Or, you know, at the very least remove the repairing part. Or at the very least nerf the time. You know what I mean? Like, that is so OP. That would be so OP. Survivors should not be designing chapters. And then, last, and honestly, it's like, if this was added to the game, it would become disgustingly broken. Unless something was put in to make sure that it can only be used once, you know, kind of like how you're only allowed... Is it one circle of... No. I'm trying to think. One of the... Whatever. I think it's like you're only allowed to put one boon down, but like... Anyway, boon Immortality Darlings. Is it Boon Circle of Healing where each survivor can only put down one on the map? I mean, still, that's like, what, 4 gens, but we'll read this anyway. You mean Boon Immortality Darlings. Your means to survive are an all-time high. Press and hold the active ability button on a dual tome or hexstone to bless it, create a boon tome. Soft try and shrink out in the radius of 24 meters standard. When repairing a generator inside of the boon totem's range, generators cannot regress under any means. That is horrifically bad. So, not only has most perks already been nerfed, you know, most of the gen defense perks have already been nerfed, and so it's like hitting gens is mostly just there to at the very least kind of put miniature amounts of pressure on survivors. This is so disgusting. Like, who actually designed this? I can't believe this. Anyway, I think the next one is the next one is, basically, it was a screenshot that was posted as a reply on Twitter. I just want to clarify that, but, you know, this perk is absolutely disgusting. I am so glad this is not in the game. So, wait, oh yeah, this links to the first one. I should have done these two together, because it's like, entitled Survivor mains. And this never happens. In matter of fact, as someone that plays both Killer and Survivor, if you're high prestige, you're normally less likely to get attention. Unless you're actually the weak link. I think that's a concept that these survivors don't understand. Normally, especially if it's an ace, I am going to avoid the P100 unless they literally go out of their way to prove themselves that they are the weak link. You know what I mean? Because, hey, that's how you play Survivor. And apparently, you know, Dead by Daylight devs have actually been even looking into it. Lord of mercy. Anyway, so, we have a reasonable take here. Will you be nerfing Made for this in a future patch too? This is a good, honest request, because for those that don't know, if you take Made for this and also Hope, when you get to the post-gen phase, where Hope will activate, Made for this plus Hope basically makes it so that you can literally outrun every single killer. And, you know, this duo is actually unironically ruining the game. Like, as a killer, you already have to basically play and hope that survivors will make mistakes. You really think that this helps your case if you're a killer? Do you think this is helping you if you're... Do you think that having to deal with Made for this plus Hope is helping you? Honestly, it's like... Hope is tolerable, because it's like, whatever, it's one perk, I guess. I mean, it's kind of annoying that you're giving survivors extra speed when Shift Wing can already basically outrun, or at the very least waste enough time for M1 killers as it is, but sure. Would you like to see what the Survivor main's reaction was? skill issue. And shut up. So, that is Survivor Mains being Schizos. Tomorrow I might look to record a video talking about why I believe that Kyoko should actually be a standalone chapter, and if she can't be a standalone chapter, why it makes more sense for either Nurse or Spirit, ideally Spirit, to receive the skin. Anyway, assuming that she were to just be only brought in as a cosmetic. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been Ordotsar. God bless you, and Lord willing, we will see you next week.